For the next event of the evening, Mr. Frank Cappuccino. The next event of the night featuring 10 rounds of boxing in the junior welterweight division. Introducing, in the red corner, fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 137 1/4 pounds, with a professional record of 13 wins, 4 defeats, 3 draws, and 7 KOs, introducing Anthony the Cobra Williams. And in the blue corner, from New Orleans, Louisiana, weighing 137 1/4 pounds. This young man is undefeated in his professional career with 24 wins, no defeats, 17 KOs. He's rated number 6 by the IBF, number 8 by the WBA, and number 10 by the WBC. Introducing John Super D Duplessis.
Hey, John. Good evening.
Let's listen to the referee's instructions
this afternoon. There are no questions. Both of you touch gloves. Touch gloves, both of you. Good luck to both of you.
So it's Anthony Cobra Williams going up against John Super D Duplessis. Duplessis will wear the silver shiny trunks. The Cobra, obviously, in the black.
John Duplessis' trunks look kind of space age. And oh my, those shoes can blind you. Where's my sunglasses?
So, round one.
First look at John Duplessis, and I mentioned in the beginning of our show, kind of a coming out party for Tony Thornton, also for John Duplessis. He's ranked in the top 10 by all 3 organizations in the world, and yet has not had that much exposure.
A lot of hype around Duplessis, hasn't it?
Well, especially in Louisiana, where his manager, Leslie Bonanno, and the people down there have promoted the heck out of him. He's only fought once before in Atlantic City. That's the only time he's fought out of that part of the country in Louisiana. Very classy boxer. What you will see from him are some very skilled boxing moves. And for Anthony Cobra Williams, he's a dogged competitor, the kind of guy who will be in there the whole way. Lost to Terrence Ali in 1986, plus Rodney Moore and Charlie Choo-Choo Brown. He beat Charlie Choo-Choo Brown, lost to Garris. In 1987, he's had 1 win against James Woodhouse, a decision in 8. He's not a great fighter, but he's a determined competitor, and not an easy man to get out of it.
Good left by Duplessis.
The hand speed of Duplessis, as advertised.
This fight's scheduled for 10 rounds. We're in round 1. Minute 30 remaining in the first round. Just a feeling out round. Duplessis using his movement. Cobra Williams moving in, plodding towards. Jab by Duplessis.
Duplessis doing exactly what they want him to do here. Boxing, giving some movement to Williams. They don't want him on the ropes there. And Anthony will want to go to the body a lot, and he's starting to do that. The punching distance for Anthony Williams is pretty good, though. He has gotten to where he can throw his punches.
And he's getting some of them in.
Yeah. So for him, some encouragement in this first round, even though Duplessis is boxing well.
So just round 1 action. John Duplessis and Anthony the Cobra Williams. We'll be back for round 2. Second round action between Anthony Cobra Williams, John Super D Duplessis. Junior welterweights. Duplessis weighed in at 137 1/4. the same as Cobra Williams, 137 1/4.
Duplessis trying to get that left uppercut in as Cobra Williams comes forward, occasionally landing it, but potentially leaving himself open for that overhand right by Williams. See if that becomes a factor. There it is again, the left uppercut. Not quite getting there by Duplessis. The doubters of John Duplessis were quieted somewhat when he beat Nelson Ballys, a top-rated lightweight, and also the win over Edwin Corrette that he had down in Louisiana, which was a good win for him. Gave indications that, yes, he was a good lightweight. Still, though, there are some that wonder.
All right, stop punching and step back. Go, Doug.
Duplessis so far content. Use that jab if he can. With 30 remaining in round 2. Duplessis in the silver trunks. Williams in the black. Not a lot of solid punches landed in the first 2 rounds, Al.
No, there really hasn't been.
There's a good flurry by Duplessis.
Good right by Duplessis after the left hand. Part of that is because Duplessis is a pretty slick boxer, and Williams is doing a good job of covering up as he's coming in.
Solid body shot by Williams.
See the constant movement of John Duplessis. He is just programmed to fight that way. Won't see him just setting down and trading bombs with anybody.
Less than 30 remaining in round 2. Williams would like to get Duplessis on those ropes and bang away, wouldn't he, Al?
Yeah, but the speed of Duplessis won't allow that to happen.
So we'll have more action coming up from Ballys in Atlantic City in a moment.
Good instinct by immediately reacting to an opening and trying to pounce forward and land a couple punches. It didn't work out, but we might look for it to happen. Also, he's an emerging puncher. The win over Ballys was a testament to his power, and he's even got a drinking mug named after himself.
And Al, you and I have a couple of those mugs, don't we?
He does. As we head into the third, they passed out plastic mugs with his picture on it and everybody's name on it. ESPN, Top Rank, Ballys. They don't want to offend anyone.
And he says shirts and capes and trunks are on the way.
I just remembered I got shirts in my room for you and Dave. I forgot to give them to you. I'm really hoarding them for myself.
Round 3.
Well marketed or not, John Duplessis, in my opinion, is ahead by 1 point. Very close win for him in the first round. Second round, I made even. He is generally boxing well, but the Cobra is getting his shots in there, and Anthony's not getting hit that often by these quick flurries of Duplessis.
At least they're not effective at this point.
No, well, he's not a big puncher. I mean, Duplessis has 17 KOs, but I really believe he is not a tremendous puncher.
This is exactly where Williams would like to be, tied up in tight against John Duplessis. Duplessis from New Orleans, Anthony Williams from Philadelphia.
And aren't those places worlds apart culturally?
They certainly are.
Spent a lot of time in both of those places, and I can tell you they're different. Good hook by Duplessis. Speaking of Louisiana, you know, we talked to Duplessis earlier today about the fact that there is almost a stigma about Louisiana fighters. There have been so many who have gotten to a certain point in the last 5 or 6 years and just stopped. And he said that he thought it was because they felt they'd already achieved something by getting some national recognition, and maybe they had just decided that was as far as they could go. But he said, I'm not going to be finished until I become a champion. I won't consider my job done until that. And now Duplessis is a left-hander. So many Louisiana fighters like Mark Lassane, Reggie Miller, Roman George, to name a few, Shelton LeBlanc, who looked like they had lots of promise and just could never quite get over that final hurdle.
1 minute remaining in round 3. Appeared to be a fairly solid shot there by Williams on Duplessis. Williams trying to work the body.
It's a good overhand right by Cobra Williams. I'm not sure that didn't get the attention of Duplessis. One nice thing about speed, though, you can get away when you get in those kind of problems. But here, Williams trying to get him in the ropes.
All right, stop punching and step back, both of you.
Shake it off, John! Shake it off!
Get off, stop punching.
So third round action starting to wind down. We'll be back with round 4 in a minute.
Williams.
Hit him round the body, hit him round the body. Don't worry about it. Don't get discouraged.
Right in there. Do it.
Appear to be working on the nose of Anthony Williams. Good look at John Duplessis. So here we go, round 4.
In the last round, I gave Anthony Williams the round. So I've got this fight dead even. I thought Williams was very effective in getting on the inside. The overhand right, just one of the things he did well in that last round. There it is again. He's found a home for that punch.
And his trainer said, look, get inside, get inside. That's where the action is.
No, he wants to, certainly. The speed of Duplessis has been a problem. The big deficiency, I think, in John Duplessis' performance has been the jab. It has not landed. He hasn't used it that often. And unless he does, you cannot beat Anthony Williams without a jab. The people that have beaten him have good jabs. Terrence Ali, Rodney Moore, Marvin Garris, they all jabbed their way to set up other things in the victory against Cobra Williams. Duplessis isn't doing that right now.
A little dance into the corner.
I give him an 85. It was a nice beat. Easy to dance to.
Williams trying to get inside, trying to work the body of Duplessis. Remember, this fight scheduled for 10 rounds, so endurance definitely will be a factor.
And toward that end, neither man has been 10 very often. Williams only once and Duplessis only once. So, but right now, the tactical things I think are more important. It is Duplessis boxing fairly well and Williams putting on fairly good pressure. The point is neither man doing exactly what he wants.
Seems the pace favors Williams, a slow plodding pace. Get inside, tie him up, wrap it around.
Well, if he can get in there, yeah, and do all those things, and occasionally he does. Good left hook by Duplessis, but he doesn't really want to be in a left hook contest with Williams.
Oh, a right by Williams, caught Duplessis, and Williams has got him, and Duplessis dances away.
And the foot speed of Duplessis, a big factor.
Very, very fast and quick. Williams coming straight in. 30 seconds remaining in round 4.
Big ring here at Ballys, 20-foot plus ring, and it's helping John Duplessis. Tried the left uppercut, did Duplessis, and got hit with a right over it.
And that seemed to wake Duplessis up. Landed a good combination after that. And more boxing from Atlantic City coming up. 5th round, scheduled for 10. John Duplessis, Anthony Williams. So far, Al, a pretty close fight?
Yeah, I think it's very close. I get the last round at Duplessis, which puts him up by a point, but as you see it there. But Cobra Williams staying right in there, and one of the reasons he is because he's been able to get those overhand rights in, and you get the feeling if he can land one with good authority, could radically turn this fight around.
You're wondering about Anthony Williams' punching power. Only 7 knockouts.
I like Duplessis, not a tremendous puncher.